Utah Schools for the Deaf and the Blind. Students swinging. Joel Coleman, Superintendent.
One of the great things about the Utah School for the Blind is that it covers the entire state. And part of our mission is to provide the most responsive, caring, and innovative experience for any students who are blind or visually impaired. And we deliver services whether they live in rural areas or in the highly populated urban areas or everything in between. And so the blind school is really a model for other schools across the country.
What programs do we offer our students? Susan Patton.
At the Utah School for the Blind, we offer 4 distinct programs. In the early childhood division, we serve children age birth through 3, and then we serve students preschool age of 3 and 4. We then have our campus program. Those students are kindergarten through age 22. Those kids come through the IEP team process through their local school districts. They have very intense vision needs, and that's why they are here at the Utah School for the Blind. We also have our deaf-blind program, and our deaf-blind program is nationally renowned. We serve students who have both the hearing and the vision loss. We serve students with deaf-blind services with interveners, a teacher of the deaf-blind, throughout the entire state of Utah. And last, we have our outreach services. And our outreach services serve students across the state of Utah in their local school districts or charter schools. One thing that's unique about this School for the Blind is that we're very focused on the expanded core curriculum. The expanded core curriculum is 9 areas in addition to the core curriculum that our blind, visually impaired, and deaf-blind students typically miss.
Robin Clark.
What makes our school different, first and foremost, is that we teach the expanded core curriculum. Now, I know you hear the word core curriculum in there, and you're really thinking about those academics, but I want you to focus on expanded, because that's what we're doing. We teach beyond academics, and this expanded core curriculum is a nationally recognized curriculum for students with vision impairments. There are 9 additional areas, 9 more than the core, that we teach at our school. And so as we are doing reading, writing, and math, we are also doing independent living skills, recreation and leisure, and self-determination. We're thinking about career education as early as preschool. What are those skills? So throughout our day, we are constantly looking at this expanded core curriculum.
How does the Parent-Infant Program support student success? Karen Borg.
In addition to going into the homes, a couple of times a year we'll bring parents in for special conferences. And one year we did a father's panel. And this one young father had just had a simulation experience where he had put on the goggles and the blindfolds and had used a white cane and was trying to get through an obstacle course. And then he had the parent panel right after that. He came in to visit with his colleagues, other fathers who were also experiencing this with children with visual impairments. And he sat and he cried. He cried and he said, I have been thinking so much about my boy and what life will be like for him and whether or not he'll have work, and all these things have been in my mind since he was born, but never once have I thought what it's like for him. And today I learned what it's like for him. That is really our role in the Parent-Infant Program, to help parents understand what life is like for their young children and how to make accommodations for them.
What is unique about our personalized approach? Susan Patton.
Every student receives personalized learning. Number 1, because it's mandated by federal law. Every student at the Utah School for the Blind is on an IEP, which is an individualized educational plan or program. That means that we must individualize every student's education to meet their needs. A lot of times, those students have an occupational therapist, a physical therapist, a speech language pathologist, an orientation mobility specialist, a teacher of the visually impaired, possibly a teacher of the deaf-blind. And as you can imagine, we have to collaborate with all of those professions to make sure that those students are receiving that individualized attention and education. That takes a lot of teamwork, and we're more than happy and excited to work with all of those team members.
Brandon Watts.
So the message that I want to share with parents is that if they have a child who is blind or visually impaired, there's a team of teachers standing by, willing and able to help them be successful in school based on what the individual student needs. And we care about the students, we love our students, we love collaborating with the schools, and we love the team-based approach that we have to working with the students, because sometimes the answers come from the occupational therapist or the physical therapist or the school teacher. And as we're working with each other, then we come up with the best solutions that will help the student to be successful and have a positive school experience that will help prepare them for independent adulthood.